Hello and welcome back to art class. Today we are going to wrap up our project. Okay, what I need us to have is we got a pencil just in case we need to do some erasing or fixing of lines. You're going to want your crayons, or it could be done in colored pencils, or you could do this in marker. You get to pick that material. I'm just going to use crayons because it's what I know most people have. Okay, so what we have already completed was we traced some shapes we had around the house. Okay, some of them I used was cookie cutters. This is actually a roll of tape that I thought was an interesting shape. This is actually Legos or Duplos put together. So just different cool shapes around the house. We wanted to limit it to about 5 or 6, somewhere between 4 and 6 pieces depending on how big they are. Today our focus is on the coloring part, and there's some specific things I want to cover with coloring. We are talking about complementary colors this week. So complementary colors are what often are called color opposites, because on the color wheel, which you're seeing right here, they are opposite sides of the color wheel. Okay? So you pick one color, that would be your main color, and then your opposite one all the way on the other side of the color wheel is what you'd be using. So there are some main colors that we are going to deal with. You're going to choose. Okay? So let me give you some examples of some options. All right, so one of the main sets of complementary colors is going to be red and green. So I have a red crayon and I got a green crayon. So our picture will have those two colors. Okay, so that's one set. All right, then another set could be, if you look on the color wheel here, blue and orange. They are opposite on the color wheel as well. Then our final major set is yellow and violet, or yellow and purple. Those are opposites as well. Are there some other mixed color opposites? There are, but we are going to focus just on the main sets, just to make our lives a little bit easier. And because I think most of us have those main crayons, because they're the 6 basic colors. They're the primary colors and the secondary colors. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? It's pretty easy to start. You're gonna pick a set. So I am going to pick red and green for this set, so I can put my other crayons away. Okay, so I just need my red and green. And I'm gonna work on the background. I'm not gonna worry about inside the shapes yet. I just want to do the background, and it's gonna take a little while to do. You're gonna work in what we call an A-B pattern. So this is something that you can remember back from kindergarten, where you'd have green, then red, green, red, green, red, green, red. It's just a simple A-B pattern going in the back of the background, and we're going to use our lines to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward as I'm working on the coloring, because it's, again, not very difficult. The other thing that we're going to need to discuss is the look it's going to have. It's going to call what we call op art, where the colors are going to flip and they're going to look a little odd because of it. It's just a simple kind of optical illusion that we're going to do. Nothing super fancy, but it is kind of neat when we get done. So I'm going to go ahead and color. I'll fast forward, and then we'll talk about how to do the inside shapes so that it has that op art look, or optical illusion art look. So. Okay, so as you can see, I have my A-B pattern in our background, and now we're going to focus on coloring the shapes that we put in here. We're going to use the same 2 colors, but now we're going to switch them. So let's give an example here. For this star that I'm doing, this part right here that's in the green area has to be switched to red. If it's in the red area for the background, I have to switch it to green. And then here, again, it switched back to red. So I'm going to color it, and then we'll look at it again. Okay, so let's take a look at this one now that I have it colored. So you can see, you can clearly tell it's still a star, but the reason why it's so easy to see is because I flipped the colors inside the shape. So there I have a green background, and then the star part right here is red that's in that area. Then I switched there's red background, and then the inside is green, and then it switches again so that the red is there. So each one of these, I really need to go slow and very thoughtfully, methodically go through and color these and flip them. It takes a little bit of time. I am going to fast forward so you don't have to watch me do this slowly. But when you're coloring, please take the time to go one at a time to make sure that you're getting the colors in the right spot and you are ending where you're supposed to. We don't want to end up having coloring going in the wrong spot. So you got to take your time and work on it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. So I've completed this project. Again, I took my time to make sure that the colors swapped, and that's how we get the kind of this illusion of, like, if you stare at it long enough, it kind of looks like the lines shake just a little bit if you stare at it. What I need you to do after you've completed this is I need you to upload a photo to Seesaw for me. And I got one other one I have completed just to give you an idea of what another one looks like. So this is my orange and blue one, and I don't have a yellow and purple one, but if you wish to do that, you can as well. So you don't have to use the same colors as me, but make sure they are the complementary set. So you could use red and green, orange and blue, or yellow and purple. Those are the sets that you can choose from. All right, when you're done, make sure you upload to Seesaw for me, and I will see you next week.